What is up, Baggies fans, football fans, and sports fans, to the latest edition on my channel. And it is another match review, and it is another 3 points and an away win for Ryan Mason's Baggies. What a performance against a Wrexham side who we knew were going to be up for the fight, were going to be up for the challenge, and have made some great additions. Coming away from the racecourse with 3 points is absolutely vital to show that we are going to be in and around the mixture towards the end of the season. Wrexham were no pushovers. They are a very good team, and I expect them to be mid-table once those players gel together. But it was an absolutely fantastic result. But as always, there is plenty for us to break down. So let's start with the star of the show for me, and that was Isaac Price. What an absolutely outstanding performance from him. He scored 2 goals, one with his head as well, which was his first ever goal scored with his head. And as Jed Wallace pointed out, obviously, getting those balls into the box and him running in between the defenders will be absolutely fantastic for us. He's a big lad, so scoring with his head again and his feet, he is going to be possibly our player of the season. No doubt, he is fantastic. His energy was relentless, never stopped running, pressing, driving forward. He was the bull at the china shop. He was fantastic, and he's really grown into that key figure for us. And really, really looks like, he's not worried to take on players. He's not worried about the press. He never stops running. Let's remember this is his 3rd game this week, and he didn't look tired. That is it's unbelievable to see a player like that at the Albion that's played 3 games in a week and just keeps running and doesn't look tired at all, doesn't look like he's, losing interest in the game or why am I chasing this lost cause. He just keeps going and going and going. And he's somebody that I really hope we can keep hold of, even next season. I know there's going to be teams looking at his performance this year and probably knocking on the door, but I do hope we can keep hold of him. It's just fantastic. Halfway through, let's talk about Heggebo's contribution as well. What a performance he had as well up top. None of the goals really would have been possible without him, let's be honest. His hold-up play, his bringing, other players into play. Let's remember he's on his own up top here against a solid back line from Wrexham. They had Conor Coady playing there, and we know he's a good player, obviously, with his Wolves links, but he's still a top player. And for Heggebo to be able to hold him off and knock the ball on and then run into the box, he was absolutely fantastic. Without that link-up play and that physical presence, those chances for Price, Wallace, Johnston to get into the box to set up others doesn't happen. He is crucial to the way we play, and it's exciting to say. He's played 3 games as well and not been injured. What have we done? We found players that aren't getting injured. We found players that aren't getting, knocked about and not getting back up. He is a really selfless striker, and it's something that's fantastic. Obviously, the goals will come for him. The way he works, there's no way that, the goals won't come for him. He is fantastic, and I really enjoy seeing him playing. Now, let's set the like target for this video to 40 likes. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts as well on the game from yesterday. It was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it when I got back home, and it's nice to see us, getting those away wins and getting back-to-back wins, and I do think under Mason we're going to be a very strong team. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We've just hit over 500 subscribers. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you to each and every one of you. We are on our way to 1K now. That is the next big step for us, so make sure you subscribe. The team set up on the style, as I mentioned with Mason. Overall, we got a clear shape, we're balanced, we're dangerous going forward. We're timing the press fantastically. Price, Heggebo, even Grant to some extent, timing that press was fantastic. However, for Grant, I do believe Mikey Johnston should be starting after that epic performance from the bench. 2 assists, and again, he looks like he's hungry to play. And that's the biggest thing I've noticed with a lot of our players this season. They look like they want to play. They look hungry. Towards the end of last season, they just didn't look interested. They were, no, we're writing this season off, we're going. Whereas now we're getting the players that are hungry and wanting to fight. And again, I think that's down to Mason. He's really pushing us and trying to get us forward. And we look like we're trying to play the ball quicker. We've signed 2 fantastic players in Bellic and Collier, who I'll be doing a separate video on later. Again, we've brought in experience, but then we've brought in a young player as well. And Collier come on and look like he will be fantastic for our midfield. Whether he starts over Mowat or Malumbi, time will tell. But he does look like he'd be an absolutely fantastic addition to our squad. And it's all about numbers now. The Heggebo sale, unfortunately, we've lost him. But if we can bring in the right players and bring in 2 or 3 players, it will help us in the long run massively. Some areas that we still need to improve on, as Don Goodman pointed out in the game. We need to be killing teams off quicker. We go 1-0 up, and it's almost like we kind of sit into a counter-attacking style then, letting them come at us and try and catch them. Whereas teams, we need to be killing and we need to be going 2 or 3 up. You know, Wrexham, we had a couple of chances before they equalised to go 2 or 3 up, and I think that's crucial for us. I think we need to be killing those teams off, and we allowed Wrexham to get back into it. And obviously, half time, but Ryan probably absolutely ripped into him and said, "What are you playing at?" And then obviously come out second half, substitute Wallace and Johnston, and within 29 seconds, Wallace had scored. So, you know, fantastic subs from Mason on that one. But I just think we need to be killing games off. And again, at the end, 94th minute, we know what happens right at the end of extra time. We did it against Derby. We've done it against Wrexham. We just need to be playing fully to the whistle and not switching off right at the end. But saying that, that's really the only areas I think we need to improve on. We looked absolutely fantastic. Everybody's running for everybody, and we just look like a solid team, which is good. Obviously, the substitutions really helped. Mikey Johnston was absolutely fantastic when he come on. I do believe he should be starting next week against Portsmouth because, you know, he will run at defenders and will cause problems, and it will suck other players towards him and then give players like Fellows, Heggebo, Price more space. Fellows, I'm a bit unsure on at the moment. Obviously, he got his assists, but he doesn't look like he's interested in the game at the moment. Doesn't look like he wants to be too much involved. I don't know if there's talks going on in his head or if there's talks inside the club about him going somewhere, and that's kind of throwing him off a little bit, or he wants to move. Who knows? But he just doesn't look like he's quite interested in the game. Maybe time will tell, and he'll come back and be, you know, even better. But at the moment, he just seems a bit iffy at the moment. I've got to say Campbell as well, slotting for Heggebo. That's some big shoes to fill, and he did absolutely fantastically. You know, he didn't put too much wrong or too many, you know, places wrong. Once he kind of got his confidence with Phillips, they looked really good. Again, Phillips looks fantastic. You know, he's up against Kiefer Moore all game, and I don't think Moore really had too much of a sniff at goal, which was fantastic. You know, he's a big old unit, and to keep him quiet is absolutely fantastic for our defence. So I do think going to Wrexham is probably one of the toughest away games we'll have this season, just because of how they set up and getting it forward to the big men quick. Closing thoughts though, big win, and it's momentum for us to build on now. It's 2 wins, it's back to back. Next week we're at home against Portsmouth. We need to go and win that game as well and make it 3 back to back wins, and then people will start seriously taking us, you know, as a side that will be up there. Obviously, a lot of people predicted us to be mid-table, so I hope we prove them wrong, and I hope we push on and show how good we are as a team, and show that, you know, Ryan Mason's first job really isn't just one to be swept under the carpet. He's going to be fantastic. Price is proving himself to be a star. Heggebo is showing his value up top, and the squad is just gelling really well together. You know, Jed Wallace spoke about it in his post-match, sorry, conference, that everybody, all the lads are happy, all the lads are working for each other. You know, everybody in the dressing room smiling, laughing, happy. There's not, you know, nobody seems to be causing any issues about coming off the bench, you know, and that's what we want to see from the team. You want to see that togetherness. You want to see us working together for one goal, and that is to get back in the Premier League. Just sharpen up that game management, and I think we'll be in a really strong position. And it is exciting times for us ahead, Baggies fans. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you very much for tuning into another episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.